Nigeria, welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Madujamo. We have a long way to go and a short time to get there, so I will make my opening concise. Tonight we have stories that are sure to make you glad you waited an extra hour to watch our offerings. Let's now go to Abuja, where Elizabeth Omori is standing by to bring us the news. Great to see you, Liz.
It's nice to see you, Becky, and thanks for joining us in Abuja. The presidency says there is no plan by the federal government to seize state land, colonize territory, or impose Ruga settlement in any part of the federation. Musa Babaliu has details.
Bagareba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari, says the idea of Ruga is to settle migrant pastoral families with a view to ending farmers and herders' conflict. Pastoralists on program will be settled in an organized place with the provision of necessary and adequate basic amenities such as schools, hospitals, road networks, vet clinics, market and manufacturing entities that will process and add value to meat and animal byproducts. Garba Shehu says government is planning this in order to curb open grazing of animals that continues to pose security threats, especially farmers and herders. So far, 12 states have applied to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture to participate in the program by making land available for the takeoff of the scheme in their states. He therefore urged states of the Federation to join the federal government in encouraging all sides to make efforts towards finding a peaceful resolution of farmers-herders conflict in the country. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, efforts are underway for Nigeria to commence the export of milled and rice paddy to neighboring countries. This is coming as some farmers from some African countries, including Ghana, Tanzania, and Cote d'Ivoire, look forward to learning from Nigeria's Rice Revolution initiative. Musa Babali once again reports.
Statistics at the instance of rice farmers associations and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture indicate that rice paddy production in the country surpasses its demand of 8 million tons annually. This is as a result of increase in area under cultivation, which is more than 800,000 hectares. The number of farmers cultivating in both wet and dry seasons has also risen to more than 12 million.
Input is being distributed to farmers for wet season. Data of farmers ranging from their farms and their biometric is being captured across the country.
To this end, the Nigeria Rice Farmers Under Policy Advocacy Initiative is getting the support of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other international organizations to boost production and marketing of rice in Nigeria.
Our experiences in other countries that we visited or we participated in the program, Nigeria is doing very fine and very well. Most of the countries are even copy from what we are doing in the country in Nigeria.
Countries including Ghana, Tanzania, and Cote d'Ivoire are also looking forward to learn from Nigeria's Rice Revolution initiative. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And to talk in agriculture, along with the Buhari administration policy of returning Nigeria to a position of agriculture export-based country, Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya of Gombe State has procured and distributed a large quantity of fertilizer to farmers in the state. Correspondent Emmanuel Akila reports.
Is one of the critical inputs in agriculture, very difficult for farmers to access. In fulfilling his campaign promise of revamping agriculture, within 1 month in office, Governor Inuwa Yahya set up the task force that ensured the procurement of 120 trucks of fertilizer, which has already been distributed across the 11 local government areas of the state. Inuwa Yahya, who flagged off the sales of the commodity, fixed the price at 5,000 naira per bag, with assurance of earlier provision in subsequent years.
Considering the high cost of fertilizer and seed in the markets and the need to support our farmers, we have further subsidized the cost in line with the Buhari administration's policy aimed at making fertilizer affordable to the peasant farmers.
Director in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture appreciates the effort of Gombe State government, which he described as a booster to the federal government's desire of ending importation of food into the country. The quantity of fertilizer supplied is part of the 20 metric tons planned for the 2019 cropping season, besides the assorted seeds distributed along with it. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
To other matters now, there has been an upward leap in the poverty alleviation program of the federal government with the empowerment of 836 youths and women from the 36 states of the federation in the FCT. 786 youths were trained on vocational skills, while 50 females were trained as artisans in various fields by the federal government at the National Women Development Center. Basi Itaikman reports.
From Plateau State, arrived Women Development Center, Abuja, where she was to be trained alongside others. Jessica, like many other participants, were full of expectations as they went through the 2 weeks training. She is one of the 836 Nigerians to be celebrated.
I thank you for government for making this opportunity for us, because what I learned here, I can impact it to other people.
They are training most men do. So we here as the female, we are here to stand to let them know what a man can do, a woman can do better.
The training, which ranged from 2 weeks to 6 months, is aimed at creating environments for the beneficiaries to attain self-sufficiency and financial independence.
Male artisan programs became very necessary and important given the changing world of work. To provide special skill, training and work experience directly relevant to the current manpower need of the country.
And I will say that it is important, whether you are a man or a woman, to live your life to achieve the highest potential in whichever field.
Guests advise them to be good ambassadors, contribute to the development of the nation, and make the nation proud. The beneficiaries were awarded Grade 3 Trade Test Certificate in various areas of skill and start-off packs, as well as take-off grants. Basi Taipang, NTNU.
Meanwhile, the Yobe State government and the Bill Melinda Gates Foundation have pledged to improve their collaboration in expanding the scope of routine immunization in the state. The state governor, May Malabuni, announced the partnership during a meeting with the foundation in Abuja. The governor, who appreciated the foundation's efforts at ending wild polio infection in Nigeria, said Yobe State would fulfill its financial obligations to ensure the strengthening of healthcare delivery across the 176 wards in the state.
Our team are able to do that, and I will do whatever it takes to ensure that we nip it without allowing it to spread, so that to cause a setback to this very important record that has already been recorded.
On its part, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation outlined plans to provide needed support to Yobe State in rice production.
In the case of Yobe, was a sizable presence of a commercial rice mill, because the model relies on a big rice mill, and then we organize farmers into clusters and set up a relationship with the mill, where the growers grow the rice. They have access to good varieties, superior husbandry and support.
To issues of governance now, the All Progressives Congress, APC, has denied PDP's allegation of infighting within the party and the presidency over appointments, describing such insinuation as shameful interventions of PDP in the nation's affairs. The party, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Lanre Issa Onilu, says PDP's accusation is coming after the party failed to rally its members to support its own candidates for principal offices at the National Assembly. The statement added that Nigerians voted against PDP in 2015 and 2019 and opted for change, which APC represents, and therefore calls on the PDP to do better as opposition by engaging the governing APC on issues of good governance. The All Progressives Congress says it does not owe the PDP any explanation on the modalities for appointments and assured Nigerians that the President Muhammadu Buhari administration would always appoint deserving individuals who share progressive ideals and change agenda into positions. And now to peace talks. Bridging communication gaps among leaders is said to be one of the ways of promoting peace. This will make their followers through their different geopolitical zones come together as one in nation building. The paramount ruler Okori Eleme, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, has exemplified this during his visit to Kano State for a wedding. Chimdima Undubisi tells us more.
It is believed that social interaction among rulers and people from divergent ethnicities in Nigeria is what douses tensions, communal clashes, and breeds healthy environment for peaceful coexistence, unity, and economic progress. With this in mind, the Egberemere Okorieleme in Rivers State, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, is building bridges across the South-South region to the northern part of the country. He was recently at the Kano State Government House to see his friend and Deputy Governor, who shares same passion of nurturing friendships and promoting peace.
Because the relationship you have with your friend, you tolerate, you accommodate, you welcome each other and work for each other and support each other. And that draw in good harmony. And when there's a good harmony in society, we will not kill ourselves, we won't fight ourselves.
The governor would extend his appreciation and goodwill to our people that encouraging in terms of receiving visitors and making ways for them to live happily. And we believe by doing so, they bring in their wealth.
The peace ambassador was also at the palace of Emir of Bichi. They have been old friends even before the Emir was coronated and now see themselves as brothers.
This our relationship is going to go beyond you and me and it's going to spread to our subjects, our kingdoms. Where if any of your subjects are in River State or and they run into situation, you don't need to fly down to come and solve that problem. You just need to call me that the situation like this is there, I should see how to handle it.
The kings see this blossoming relationship as not only promoting unity and tranquility, but also transcending their generation. Chimdima Ndubisi, NTA News.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says there is no plan either in the now or in the nearest future to legalize production, marketing and processing of cannabis in Nigeria. There have been calls in from some quarters recently on the economic benefits the country will gain in the oil extraction from cannabis seeds. Details with Musa Baba Aliu.
Abdurrahman Sirika, and he scored. Lovely goal scored there by Abdurrahman Sirika.
This is a polo sport game staged not to have a winner. It is an initiative of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency as part of activities marking this year's international campaign against drug abuse.
People have been invited here. They're here, they're watching the polo, they're enjoying the game, and they're raising awareness, also raising funds to fight this menace in the society.
The chokers against drug abuse, we're looking at how we can establish, a proper data of the pregnant women using drugs, which is causing the increase of fetus drug syndrome, fetus alcohol syndrome, because 1 in every 4 individuals that are using drugs is women. So it shows you that there is a relationship between more children being born with, developmental problem and the more women using drugs.
We are winning because before now, it was a lot of people were at the denial stage. They will never come up to say, oh, they are abusing drugs. But what we see these days, they come to you and say, oh, our children are abusing drugs, our wards are abusing drugs. Please come and rehabilitate them or talk to them to be off drugs.
Production, processing and marketing of cannabis remain illegal in Nigeria. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Now to security. A 7 Army personnel, 32-year-old Lance Corporal Koza Yabiliok has been apprehended by the Kaduna State Police Command for allegedly supplying ammunition to bandits. Sulaiman Abdullahi tells us more.
Lance Corporal Koza is currently serving in Jaji Military Cantonment, Kaduna. He was until now in Operation Lafia Dole in the northeast for about 3 years, where he allegedly stockpiled arms which he now sells to bandits.
He was arrested with live ammunition, and we have suspicion that he has been selling this live ammunition to some gangs of criminals. And he was so arrested with the exhibits. This is his accomplice, that they do it together.
Lance Corporal Koza was paraded along with 61 other suspects for their alleged involvement in various crimes, such as armed robbery, kidnapping, car snatching, and drug peddling, among others. A total of 4 vehicles, 5 AK-47 rifles, locally made guns, rounds of ammunition, and hard drugs are among items recovered from the suspects. Also paraded by the police is Ali Wiaun, a community health worker alleged to have been carrying out surgical operations on his patients in his private health facility in Bambegua, Kaduna State. One of the patients allegedly died recently in the clinic after surgery. The suspects will be charged to court. In Kaduna, I am Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikung, NTA News.
Meanwhile, a pregnant lady has been confirmed dead, while 16 others declared missing after a boat capsized shortly after takeoff last night at Ikorodu. 3 persons survived the incident, while search for missing persons continues. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed sadness over the death of the Deputy President, Nigerian Guild of Editors, and the Managing Director of the Kano State Broadcasting Corporation, Malam Umar Said Tudun Wada. In a condolence statement, the President described late Tudun Wada as a professional who used journalism to serve humanity throughout his unblemished career and lived up to the standard of professionalism. He praised Allah to grant the Guild of Editors, Kano State government, and the family of the deceased the fortitude to bear the loss and reward the late Tudun Wada with Al-Jannah. And out to sports, Nigerian Shooting Sports Federation intensifies preparation for All Africa Games. Amanzi Marcus is our guide on sports updates.
The Nigerian Shooting Sports Federation says athletes to represent Nigeria at the 12th All-Africa Games in Morocco must have a minimum score of 520 points for men and 500 points for women. President of the Federation, Brigadier General Longsdale Adeoye, who spoke during shooting trials in Abuja, revealed that during the next phase of campaign, the best pistol, rifle and shotgun men's and women's shooters will be selected to represent the country and further trained during the national trials, which opens in Abuja on the 5th of July. Meanwhile, Alexis Sanchez scored the decisive penalty to send Chile, the Copa America defending champions, to the semi-finals of the competition in Brazil on a 5-4 scoreline against Colombia. The other quarter-final encounter equally ended goalless at full time as Luis Suarez missed a crucial penalty during the shootout with Uruguay edged out 4-5 by Peru. In a related development at the FIFA Women's World Cup, Italy lost 0-2 to Netherlands while Sweden beat Germany. England faced USA on Tuesday in the semi-finals as Netherlands plays Sweden on Wednesday. With sports update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
And still on sports, update on AFCON.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to finish top of Group B at the Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt as they suffered their first defeat of the tournament after a 2-0 defeat by Madagascar. Madagascar broke the deadlock in the 13th minute after a defensive error from centre-back Leon Balogun that gifted Laliana the opportunity to put Madagascar 1 goal ahead. The Eagles came close to equalizing in the 30th minute after Awaziem fed Ahmed Musa with a lofty pass, but Musa was poor with his control and lost the ball to the Madagascar back line. Nigeria looked to get a goal in the second half, but were altered in their tracks in the 53rd minute when a deflected free kick off Wilfred Ndidi gave Madagascar all 3 points of the game. In the second group game, Burundi crashed out of the AFCON tournament without a single point as they fell to Guinea 2-0. 25th and 52nd minute goals from Mohamed Yatara was all Guinea needed to put them in contention for qualification to the next round as third best team.
Next is a quick check at the weather prospects.
Welcome to the weather forecast with Taidi Helen. Thunderstorms are expected over the northern region and parts of Yola, Mambila Plateau, Jalingo, Jos, Abuja, extending to the southeast inland with prospects of moderate rains over Lagos and Ijebu-Ode axis, while the rest of the country should be predominantly cloudy in the morning hours. Thunder with rains are likely over Bida, Ilorin, Minna, the southeast inland, as well as Calabar and Port Harcourt axis in the afternoon into evening period. Let's take a look at how this weather will affect the temperatures of the day. Bye for now.
And that concludes the news segment of the program. Becky will be back with captivating reports for you after the break. Stay with us.
Sports, Nigeria's foremost sports production and marketing company, bring you all 52 matches of the Africa Cup of Nations, Egypt 2019 live from June 21 to July 19, 2019. Yes, all 52 games will hit your screens in crystal clear digital quality. It's your guarantee of a memorable viewing experience and a wonderful cost-effective opportunity for corporate Nigeria to reach tens of millions of Nigerians. For sponsorship and commercial support, contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. Hot Sports, masters of the game. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Everybody's talking. In all the cities and all the streets, in all the places where people meet, from Niger to yonder, we got you talking. You are the one that's falling to keep you talking. Yeah! Talking. We got people talking. We got people talking. Talking. We've got people talking. Dressing from east to the west to the south. Everywhere they cover, they know the mouth.
With 5 times bonus to call all networks on every recharge, we get you talking.
Keep talking.
Glow Unlimited.
The fastest growing educational institution in Africa, Afe Babalola University, Abuja, is conducting second batch admission screening into the colleges of engineering, law, sciences, social and management sciences, medicine and health sciences. 10 a.m. prompt, Saturday, 13th July 2019. Centers, Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti, Government Secondary School, Gariki, Abuja, Afe Babalola Auditorium, University of Lagos, Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, Rumole Road, Port Harcourt, Afe Babalola International Study Center, Bodija, Ibadan, Mastercare International School, Asaba, Bright Future College, Uyo, Peters Place Hotel, Emene, Enugu, Montessori International College, 66 Airport Road, Warri. Undergraduate, direct entry and postgraduate admissions available in all colleges. Access www.abwed.edu.ng or call 080-335-09150. Abwed, a vision in motion.
Dear Mommy, you went out that night with the baby in your tummy, but you did not come back. The baby is very fine and she eats and sleeps a lot. Everyone says that you are in a better place, but I miss you so much. I keep asking them, where is the better place, but nobody answers me. Auntie Kemi just hugs me and says, go and play. Mommy, I miss you. Please, when are you coming home?
I still will miss you, Mom. And in honor of your memory, I'm a doctor today working with the MTN Foundation to save mothers and children every day.
Ending mother and child mortality in Nigeria is dear to us. We will keep strengthening this most important bond just for you.
Our country is filled with people with different skills, talents, and passion to succeed. And like the game football, we all have a position to play. Some save the day. They put themselves on the line for the others. They are the goalkeepers. Some are in charge of protection. They keep the line safe from attackers. They are the defenders. The midfielders are the ones who bring us together. They also show support and point other players in the right direction. And the strikers? They are the goal-getters. They break barriers and steal the show. As a team, we are unstoppable. For this country to succeed, we must play as Nigeria united.
developing the nation's human resource.
Thank you for staying with us. He died 100 years ago, and because of the role he played in bringing civilization to the West, he is being remembered. However, there are those who blame him for the role he played during the transatlantic slave trade in West Africa. His descendants are apologizing on his behalf. I'm sure you're wondering who this person is. Well, Annie Daniels is set to tell us.
Can you talk about slave trade in Nigeria and not mention Badagry? Of course not. This is because slaves of different origins, sold and bought, were taken from Badagry through the sea to other parts of the world on the order of the slave masters. It was an era no sane person would want to experience. One character that stood out during the slave trade era in Badagry was Seriki Williams Abbas. Originally born at a town in Yoruba land called Ijoga Orile in today's Ogun State, southwest Nigeria. Named Farimilekun at birth, Seriki Williams was captured by the Dahomians, a slave. After being resold, his new slave master made him a domestic slave and treated him well. Seriki Williams was, however, freed under the condition that he kept the slave trade business going by providing slaves for the slave masters. This he did excellently. However, after some years, he brought light to his people.
It was to his credit that our colonial masters started moving goods from Idogo down to Ido. We see roads from Elaru down to Igbesa. Note, to his credit,
he's able to speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, even French, we were told.
In 1913, Governor General Lolugad gave him the title SCID, Senior Chief Ilaro Division. So he must have been very, very great, and one of his secrets was education.
This is why 100 years after his demise, his descendants are remembering him. During his lifetime, Seriki Abbas Williams was the political head of Badagry in 1895 and was appointed the first president of Badagry Native Council in 1902. This barakun, meaning slave house, was built by Seriki Williams Abbas. And for those who may still be angry with Seriki Williams Abbas for engaging in slave trade, His descendants apologize with this note pasted on this wall. And it reads, "We, the descendants of Seriki Williams Abbas, regret and are very sorry for the role Seriki Faremir Williams Abbas played in the transatlantic slave trade in West Africa, either by force or by choice. Seriki Abbas Williams had 128 wives and 141 children.
History is always interesting, and great that his descendants apologize on behalf of that phobia. Now, Benin City is widely known as a cradle of black civilization. This cultural branding fits because the traditions of the people have not in any way been modified or eroded by the influence of modernity. Among many practices that have stood the test of time is the high fashion. Fact is, the accessories that make the assembles scream regal, rich and powerful are the coral beads, otherwise called ivie. From Benin, Aunli Okolo will show to us some eye-catching attires while revealing the significance of the treasured ivie.
In culture is one laced with colorful and symbolic items, one of which is the bead, ivie. It is usually worn as a symbol of honor, which the Oba bestows on the individual.
There is a saying that that means whoever wears the bead cannot be found wanting, because the bead has been given to whoever is wearing it by the Oba as an honor to the person.
Ivie is sometimes given as a name to female children to express priceless love by their parents for them. Ivie also plays a pivotal role in ornamenting ceremonies, especially in the palace, cultural activities, wedding ceremonies, and in recent times have come to be used by persons not even of the Benin heritage. But to the Beninese, the ivie is not just a name or any beautiful red coral bead. It is a symbol of what the Benin culture stands for, which is why there is a festival called the Ugivie, the Bead Festival.
A time for fortification, purification, and re-energizing the strength of the beads.
All titled men in Benin Kingdom are expected to take their beads to the palace.
For the period of the Ugivie, a ban is placed on use of the red coral beads in the kingdom, and the white beads are used in its place. This ban applies to the palace functionaries, and members of the public. Though this festival is not done often, it was observed this year. This 28 days long festival ended with a public performance by the Oba. A procession by the Weibo Palace Society to hire respectable chiefs to inform them of the successful completion of the festival concludes it. The origin of Ivie can be traced to Oba Eware I, who reigned from 1440 to 1473. He was called Eware the Great because of the impact socio-economic growth he brought to the Beninese.
According to history, he was one of the Obas that actually went to the sea to get this ivie from the goddess of the sea.
The regalian that you see Obas put on is a design of Oba Eware. He magnified the bead to become a royal symbol.
The royal attire is the ivie in its grandest. The Omonobane do Ukwa Polo Eware II is being continuously lauded for bringing the Benin culture back to the fore.
And two, the ivie puts the G in glamour. Now, recently in the ancient city of Ile-Ife, Ifa worshippers erupted in jubilation as adherents from across the world converged on the Ifa temple at Oke-Itashe for the 2019 Ifa festival. Rotimi Akon was there.
Ifa priests in the world gathered to celebrate this year Ifa festival led by Araba Agbaye, Chief Owolabi Aworeni. This year, Ifa Festival witnessed series of activities, including Ifa songs, exhibitions of Yoruba culture, and sacrifices to appease God through Orunmila. Every Ifa worshipper made it compulsory for themselves to reach Okegeti, believed to house the tomb of Orunmila, the owner of Ifa divination, for prayers.
I'm happy because day in, day out, people are understanding what Ifa stands for. They are understanding that Ifa is words of Eledumare. They are understanding that by celebration of Ifa, we are celebrating God.
Ifa Festival, Agbaye Festival. So it's very important for all persons love Ifa in the world.
The Oni of Ife, Obade Yogunsi, also led Ife chiefs to Okegeti, where he was received by Araba Agbaye, Chief Owolabi Aworeni. The Araba Agbaye, in his own message for the year, urged Nigerians to let peace reign in their country.
The quest for one's history or roots can sometimes require the journey of 1,000 miles, which was why 50 African Americans recently landed in Benin City. Obay Otobo Apresai will tell us if the exercise was worth the trouble.
African Americans' quest to be acquainted with their heritage started from faraway California, the United States of America. After years of dedicated research and other efforts, they are finally in the land of their ancestors, Benin. Not deterred by the inclement weather, the visitors were eager to see the creativity of the Benin bronze casters. They also toured historic sites, such as the National Museum on the popular King's Square. Royal blessings from the Oba of Benin made the historical journey even more significant.
We really want to make them learn about the culture and meet the people so that they can understand about the heritage. So we just are blessed to be here and we're just honored to be in your presence.
You are back home now. You have visited home maybe for the first time. Nigeria and Benin for the first time. Come to see what it's like. We have an opportunity to partner with whatever talent you want and acquire in the Americas and development of your roots.
At the end of the day, was it worth the while?
You need to make a trip here to Nigeria. It's worth it. It's educational and it's a trip of a lifetime.
This is my first time to Africa and I'm enjoying it. All the historic value that we have here and to see all of my people.
We are happy that we have our guests here. Edo is very safe for tourism. Edo is safe for investors. Edo is safe for everybody to come.
It may have taken 400 years for these first set of heritage seekers, but perhaps their action may spur others to follow suit.
So you're happy that you found it worthwhile. Moving on, never judge a book by its cover, they say. But what would you say about judging a person's behavior by their handwriting? Some of us have heard that the handwriting says a lot about us. Nero Tinina Musa seeks to find out about the possibility in this report.
Everyone has a peculiar handwriting, distinct from others.
I'm very proud of my handwriting.
I'm not proud of my handwriting. I see other people's handwriting. I'm like, wow, I wish I have this person's handwriting.
I have very good handwriting, neat handwriting, straight.
You will then agree with me that handwriting can be considered art from another angle, especially the way and manner individuals position their pen and scribble away. My findings reveal that the peculiarity from one handwriting to another can reveal much more than one might imagine. Findings by Kathy McKnight, an international handwriting expert, show that from time immemorial, there has been an underlying relationship between a person's handwriting and his or her personality traits. The study on the analysis of handwriting for personality traits is what is known as graphology. You may be hearing of graphology for the first time. However, in some countries, graphology is used for purposes relating to development of teacher-student relationships in an educational facility, screening of employees for job interviews, among others. Everyone is said to have a penchant for writing, but while some handwritten pieces are almost excellently scribbled in a beautiful manner, others are not well defined.
I have different forms of writing. Depends on the way I handle my biro. But in most cases, because accounting is also involving figures, I have a way I handled to write my figures. So that forms the way the handwriting appears.
I'm proud of my writing because at least it's legible.
My handwriting is actually not the best though. But I would say it's okay. At least it's eligible enough for somebody to read.
There are, of course, exceptional cases like the unreadable prescription sheets from a doctor through a patient to a pharmacist.
Prescriptions are meant to be interpreted by the pharmacists. We have a special way we write prescriptions, and the layman is not meant to understand it.
For those who have been laughing at their doctor's so-called bad handwriting, now you can see that the joke is on you. In elementary school, we were taught to dot our I's and cross our T's. But are you aware that studies suggest that the outcome could reveal more than 5,000 different personality traits? If you thought that was shocking, how about this? Some handwriting analysis obtained online by some experts on personalities show that outgoing personalities tend to write in large letters, while shy introverted types prefer to write in small letters.
We use it. It's established that there is a correlation between your personality makeup and your writing. But is the discovery from the writing enough to explain the totality of your person? That's where the snag is, and it is no. The handwriting cannot explain the totality of your person.
Be that as it may, whatever category your handwriting belongs to, experts suggest that the analysis on personality traits is only a basic overview, which will not apply to everyone in every situation.
I don't know, but a part of me considers it civilized superstition, but you never know. So far, so good. It's time to take our first break. Let's pause here for it.
And gentlemen, we have 4 regional chefs, 3 food experts. Let the contest begin.
Those are some serious skills.
Let's just hope she doesn't drop the ball.
Wow.
Looks like she's got a secret ingredient. Looks like she's not the only one.
This is a tough one, people. It's a tie. All meals were extraordinary. So, no matter where you come from, you can make extraordinary meals every time with Onga.
One football confederation, 24 teams, 6 stadiums, 4 cities, 504 African stars, 1 trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 comes alive from June 21 with the showpiece final on July 19, 2019. Watch the 52 matches of the tournament live on Africa's biggest and largest television network, NTA, in partnership with Hot Sports. Be part of the biggest soccer fiesta in the African continent as the Super Eagles go on a bold mission to clinch the prestigious title for the 4th time, to the excitement of millions of fans across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Nigeria's premier sports production and marketing group, Hot Sports, partners with the biggest, the largest, and the #1 television network in Africa, the NTA, to give Nigerians a memorable viewing experience. Boost fan support for the Super Eagles to glory in Egypt. For inquiries, please contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Nigeria, there is one sound we need to silence. So let's silence toothache before it starts with Oral-B all-round protection. Its advanced technology helps prevent both tooth holes and gum problems that can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your teeth, giving them all-round protection. Because the only sound we really want to hear is that of our future. For healthier, stronger teeth in 1 week.
The buzz of alarms hails you, captain of the home, lady of the grind. Through the days of close deals and office politics, the carefree laughter of your little ones drives you. Even with school fees wahala, still you continue to push and believe. And these children, where you see so, go grow and prosper. Because at Union Bank, there's a loan for everyone. Apply today. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Son, being good at something requires strength. It requires pushing yourself. It requires putting in more. That's why the new improved Bornvita is packed with vitality and a great taste.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 regional chefs, 3 food experts. Let the contest begin.
Those are some serious skills.
Let's just hope she doesn't drop the ball. Wow. Looks like she's got a secret ingredient. Looks like she's not the only one.
This is a tough one, people. It's a tie. All meals were extraordinary. So, no matter where you come from, you can make extraordinary meals every time with hunger.
Welcome back. Shelter remains one of the basic needs of man, and it is a dream of everyone to have a decent home, as it brings about better health, peace of mind, and a sense of security. It is against this backdrop that Oak Homes Limited, a leading real estate development company in Nigeria, has launched what it calls the Oak Place, a first-of-its-kind smart housing estate in Lagos. Ruth Ario Samuel was there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That was the official launch of the Smart House Automation System by Oak Homes Nigeria Limited. The automation system comes in different shapes, heights, and sizes, such as King's Court, Lusso, and Luxury. The developers say intelligence, luxurious, and beautiful designs are the hallmark of the Oak Homes, with home automation system that would control air conditioning, lighting, security, energy management, and safety. The real estate's chief executive officer, Kayode Olusanya, assured clients that the smart home apartments are well built with quality building materials and furnished with CCTV installation.
It's about taking luxury to the next level. Taking luxury to the next level means infusing technology with luxury living. So that's why you have the smart houses there. So that's our first series of smart houses development.
Put into motion some very good processes of how you can deliver good quality homes, affordable, luxurious homes, as he calls them, at good prices.
It is value for money. What we are offering is what over time would appreciate in value. So I believe that it's a great investment.
Deputy Governor, Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, who was represented by the Director, Admin and Human Resources, Office of the Deputy Governor, described the housing sector as an important sector for stimulating economic growth that will also contribute to the gross domestic product of the nation.
We have to applaud it. We have to encourage them. And that's exactly why the state government is interested in this kind of program.
It's been good. His job speaks for him. The quality is top-notch.
The Oak Place Smart Homes Automation System are located at Glover Road, Ikoyi, Oniru Chieftaincy Estate, Lekki, and also Victoria Island Annex. Lagos State is presently out. Prospective clients are advised to visit www.oakhomelimited.com for further inquiries.
Next up, a village community in Zuru holds the credit for being the root of all emirs of Zuru. No one who becomes emir would ever ignore it, and no major festival happens without a journey to the village. Hamis Ruga checks out the village and has a story to tell.
I'm used to Salah celebration in my native Kano State, but the aspect of the celebration I ran into in Zuru is a story to tell. On the day, the Emir of Zuru, Dr. Sani Saibu, is visiting the home of his ancestors at Dabai. It is the last aspect of the Salah celebration in Zuru Emirate. There is a big story about the relationship between Dabai and Zuru royalty. Dabai in Zuru Emirate is enjoying the best of times, but why not? This place, little town as it is, represents everything about the chieftaincy of Zuru Emirate. In fact, for every emir that comes out of Zuru Emirate, he must have his root in this Dabai. In context of the preeminence of Dabai in the history of Zuru Emirship, every Salah period, the reigning emir takes a royal sojourn to Dabai to reinforce his recognition of the chiefdom and receive homage from his subjects. When the emir is properly seated in the soil of Dabai and homage is done, entertainers take center stage. I personally appreciate the spirit of this woman. She looks strong in her resolve. There is this homage to the emir too, based in the spirit of camaraderie. The emir was a soldier, a major general in the army, before he called time in soldiery. Zuru historically is a kingdom of soldiers, serving and retired. It so happened that a group of retired soldiers came forward to put a military show to salute an old boy soldier who is now king. The entertainers on the day include court musicians, yet this group of youth at the time of their lives. Zuru Emirate generally is an agrarian society. They majored in the cultivation of cereal crops like sorghum and millet. Because of the communal nature of the society, groups gather to help one another in the threshing of cereal for others. This is the symbol of this dance. While the entertainment continues, I take a liking of the community of Dabai. They have a beautiful style of building their own houses. Beautiful architecture, as you may say. Now look at it. Mud houses with thatch roofs. Perhaps many people do not know the beauty of this kind of houses. They regulate temperature more sure. When it is hot, they can be cold. And when it is cold, they can be warm. Just to accommodate you, to make you feel happy and good. But more than anything, there is that simplicity, which many people say is a virtue. Dabai has other pictures that give you that aura of an old township. This concrete well more show and the market square.
Thank you so much, Hamisu. Moving on, people from all walks of life converged on Kano State recently to witness the creation of a new family unit when Hajara, daughter of Chief Operating Officer NNPC Upstream, was given out in marriage. Chidinma Undubisi reports that the paramount ruler of Ukori-Eleme, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, was among dignitaries who witnessed the colorful ceremony.
Smiles, laughter and warm greetings flowing freely. The atmosphere very cordial. This is a gathering of actors in the oil industry in particular and other sectors from the east, west and south. They are not here for an annual general meeting or conference, but to support one of their own, Rabiu Bello, the Chief Operating Officer, NNPC Upstream, as he gives out his daughter's hand, Hajara, in marriage. The bold fashion statement could not be missed. One of the guests who has demonstrated how much he values friendship is the Egbere Mero Korieleme, His Royal Highness Apollos II. He came all the way from Port Harcourt in Rivers State to Kano State to support his friend Rabiu Bello. Having been married for more than 25 years, the royal father reeled out successful marriage tips from his wealth of experience.
You must be a very good partners in this marriage. Marriage is a journey that ends no time. You continue to, it's a story that has no end. You continue to tolerate yourselves. When you have issues, you humble yourself to see to forgive each other. It's not where you now sin or bring out arrogance into your marriage, you will destroy your marriage. Nobody will work out your marriage for you. It's only you that can work out your marriage. I bless you.
NNPC boss has more to say.
What will advise you is one word: patience. Patience and patience. That is what sustains marriage. And this is in both directions.
For the couple's families, they couldn't be happier witnessing the day their children are setting out to extend the family name to the next generation.
Congratulations to the couple. Credence of the Not Too Young to Run Act is visible as a number of Nigerians contested and won in the last general elections. An inaugural dinner was held in honor of the members representing Zuru, Fakai, Danko, Wazaku, and Sakab in Kebbi State. Kolo Mohammed tells us about it.
By his secondary school and university schoolmates, the celebrant, Honorable Kabir Ibrahim Tukura, member representing Zuru, Fakai, Danko, Wasagu, and Sakaba Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, made his way into the Hall of Africa at the International Conference Center, Abuja, for an inaugural dinner in his honor. Visibly overwhelmed with happiness and joy, the celebrant went round the hall to greet guests before taking his seat. Guests accentuated the credence of the Not Too Young to Run Act.
The country needs fresh ideas. Those who have been there have done their best, but the world is changing. Therefore, it's better to have people who are in tune with the world to begin to get injected into the legislative level, because they are the ones to shape the future of the country through effective legislation.
Goodwill messages raised voices in favor of constituents, reminding the Honorable to continue to hold town hall meetings and listen to the voices of the constituents all the time.
For me, it's not going to be business as usual. Inshallah, I was elected to represent the people, and I will represent them. We've designed structures to make sure that we are in constant touch with the grassroots. Before now, we've always been going to the grassroots, and we won't abandon that now. We have programs like the quarterly town hall meetings, which we are going to make sure we keep to. That will ensure very robust feedback between we and our constituents. There's a lot that we need to plan to do.
His father had this to say.
Our people, most of them live in rural